It's a time for package from China. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video I just want to take a close look at the Gamebox Power M3. This is an all-in-one retro emulation handheld. And they're saying it's SUP, but it has nothing to do with Supreme, of course, because the Chinese just put the name on it, so you are going to want to have it. It's a little bit naughty if you ask me. It comes with a cable. It's your old school for CRT, for example, an old LCD that some of them have still scarred. What you can do is using TV out function. We're having a cable that is a micro USB for charging. Like always, a toilet paper manual with some English, and I'm guessing this is Chinese, with some explanation. And I think there is, I want to say maybe there is no even some English, but there's a basic explanation what you're going to get. And as you can see, it already telling you you can connect it at the bottom. So let's take a close look at this handheld. So the first thing I did notice with this SUP fake handheld, it weighs quite heavy. That is very unique. Most of them are very lightweighted. When opening the battery compartment, you will see there is no, let's say, a brand or a type on the back. I know for a fact this is an BL5C. This is more like the casual battery that you're going to get with the old school Nokia. So this is very easy to replace. And it isn't, let's say, in big capacity for the battery. I think you can put in a bigger version, but it will give you a couple of hours of playtime. So what I did notice about this handheld, when you're looking at it, it's got an analog stick, not a D-pad like, let's say, the 8-bit version I've reviewed. We're having 6 buttons. That's very convenient if you want to play fighting games. Select start, the home button, the on and off switch over there. We're having a little scrolling wheel for adjusting the volume. The speaker is over here. Here we're having a TF card for we can basically add new games if you want to. And here we have the micro USB connection and the TV out. But what I think is pretty unique, I've never seen this before, that as you can see the display has been lowered and it's have more depth in the casing itself, and it's something I've never seen before. It's a very basic display. When I'm going to move it around, you will see the view angle is not that great. Alright, so when booting up the system, this is what you're going to get. Here in the top row, having all these shortcuts. You can change the amounts of what you see, what you're going to get, and if you remove accidentally the file, we're going to get a shortcut that we can't move and we can't use it anymore. Here at the bottom row, we're having NES, GBA, Mega Drive, Super Famicom, Mame, and it's basically all the system that is supported, so far I know, with this device. When you're going to settings here in the right bottom corner, you can see when going into the menu, we're having power settings, normal settings more like the option we're having like language. There's not a lot of stuff you can change out. The output need to be changed over here when you want to use the TV out function. When going back, you need to press the home button. Here we have the power settings, and with power settings we're going to get some new options, like if you want to close the screen, there's more like an, let's say, a screen saver, and some other stuff like auto off. Okay, I can tell you that the controls itself are not the best I've seen before, but the analog stick, it's very unique, but it's also very high. It's not like it's similar what they are using with previous models or other PSP or PS Vita clones. Most of them have these very tiny, horrible analog sticks, and this doesn't feel that horrible. It's a little bit high, as you can see, and it will wiggle a little bit. So if you're going to put a force on, it will break off. You can even pull it off. It's got some grip, it's not bad at all. And here we're having the buttons, of course, but the button itself got a short but a very cheap feel. So when pressing the home button, you can do a quick load, quick save. You're only having so far one slot, so that's the only downside I can find of. And also what you can see over here in the left bottom corner, we're having the volume, so you know what kind of setting it is. A little bit strange that they're putting it in here in the menu. Okay, so the sound effects are all here. The first experience with NES that the emulation can be way better, but we don't have this major screen tearing like with, let's say, the 8-bit stuff that I've reviewed before. Okay, let's try another one just to see how the music goes. Game Boy Advance runs pretty damn shitty. You can already hear the freaking lag in the intro song. And fun fact is that this analog switch doesn't really play that bad. I want to say I'm a big fan of it, but it's quite responsive. I don't really hear any, let's say, big lag in the audio. When I'm grabbing the ring, you can hear that I'm getting the sound effect. So the emulation is not good at all. Well, let's put it this way, it's not the best emulation I have seen. But for a cheap handheld like this, yeah, what can you expect? And I must say, I'm completely surprised with this. It sounds good. I don't see any big problems with the game. Let's see if I can find the button to go in higher speed. It seems to be that they messed it up, because there was no button to go in the higher speed, and I did notice it with previous systems that they didn't map all the right buttons. Alright, let's see here, a jump button. Here's my punch button. But somehow I can't manage to find my button to shoot. See, and here again we're having the same problem like with the Mega Drive, that we can't use all the buttons, and so far I know there is no way of configuring the buttons. I think I can use my special. So in my opinion that makes this game pretty unplayable, so like many of those. Beefcake man is here, I'm gonna whoop your ass now. Beefcake man is here, he's gonna whoop your ass now. Well, when you have plugged it in, you can see that the display doesn't go on and every signal goes through the television. All effects are here. The NES is working very good. But you can see that the games are running basically the same, like when you're using the handheld mode itself. And the same goes for the arcade. Still doesn't run on perfect frame rate, but it's not bad at all. So yeah, this is what you're going to get with the SUP 5-in-1 handheld. So the Gamebox Power M3, I must say, I'm a little bit surprised with this device. Yeah, the reason why, because the TV out function is just like all of the other AV out function, have some distortion in the sound and there is some, let's say, minor glitching, but the performance is not bad. The display itself of the device, that is something that is quite unique in my opinion, because I've never seen the way how they assembled the LCD inside. And the viewing angle is not really bad in my opinion. The emulation, yeah, this is what you're going to get for your money. But if you're looking at all the handhelds I've reviewed, yeah, the Gamebox Power M3, I think it's not that bad. I've seen some shitty emulation, but this, it's still playable. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of this, and consider subscribing, hit the little bell, and stay strong, stay positive, and stay wicked. And I'll see you in the next video.